we are drawing orbitals here. So see, if you continue my last lecture, then see, we have drawn first the molecular orbitals psi1, psi2, psi3 star, psi4 star. Okay, and in this case, number of nodes we have drawn 0, 1, 2, 3. Just we have to minimize 1 from this one, this number 2 minus 1, 1, 3 minus 1, 2, 4 minus 1, 3. So number of nodes we have drawn here. So number of nodes in this case we have drawn, and then start with plus sign. No node, again plus sign. No node, again plus sign. No node, again plus sign. And opposite sign placed here. About this second one, plus sign, start with plus. No node, again plus. But node minus. No node minus as it is. Now see the third orbital here. Start with plus. Okay, plus. Then after node it changes to minus. Here there is no node, so minus as it is. Again node, the minus becomes plus. So minus remaining signs placed here. And in this case, start with plus. So plus sign. After node it changes to minus. Again node, again it is plus. It becomes plus. After node, it becomes minus. So plus minus plus minus. Due to node sign changes, and opposite signs we placed here. Minus plus. Opposite signs we have changes here. Change here. Now this one is the orbital representation, atomic orbitals, and we plot here molecular orbitals. Okay. So energy rising in this manner. Why energy rising? Because energy depends on bonding and anti-bonding orbitals. Energy depends on bonding and anti-bonding orbitals. So what is that bonding and anti-bonding orbital? See here, plus plus, it becomes bonding orbital. Here it is bonding orbital. So maximum bonding, it is a lowest energy. Maximum bonding, it has lowest energy. So bonding, it has lowest energy. So we have placed it at the bottom because it is having lowest energy. Now see here, it is bonding. Now in this case, it is anti-bonding, and again same sign, that is bonding. Means two bonding, one anti-bonding. Now anti-bonding increases, there is increase in the energy level. So that's why it is having highest energy. It is having higher energy than this one. Okay. So psi3, see here, it is anti-bonding. Here in this case, bonding and antibonding. Antibonding increases here. Two antibonding orbitals are there and one bonding. So that's why the energy level of psi3 is greater than psi2. Here in this case, see antibonding. This one is antibonding. Opposite sign, these are antibonding. So due to antibonding orbitals, the energy is highest for psi4 star. Okay. So these are energy levels for these orbitals. Now, in this case, we have to look at the symmetries. Okay, there are two types of symmetries, as you know that M symmetry and C2 symmetry. If orbital is symmetric with M, then we write M symmetry. Okay, and if orbital is asymmetric with M symmetry, then we write M asymmetry. Here C2 similarly, when C2 symmetry is present, we write C2 symmetric. And if C2 symmetry is absent, then we write C2 asymmetric. Okay. So these are symbols or notation for symmetry representation. Now here symmetry representation. See first how we observe the mirror plane. M symmetry means mirror plane. So when we pass mirror plane and fold the orbitals. When we pass the plane from center and fold the orbitals. Now if we fold, then plus sign coincide on this plus sign. This plus sign coincide on this plus sign. The minus signs coincide on minus sign. Okay, minus sign coincide on minus signs. That means same sign coincides after passing plane. When we pass plane, then the same sign overlaps, and that's why it is having M symmetry. M symmetry. Okay, this orbital having symmetry, M symmetry. Now, what about C2? See the central point. to observe the C2 symmetry, center of symmetry, to observe the center of symmetry, we have to consider the central point. Now consider the central point and go some distance. What we observe here? We observe there is a plus sign. There is plus sign. And we go same distance but in opposite direction. What we observe? Opposite sides. That means C2 asymmetric. C2 asymmetric. What is that? Remember again. When we consider the central point and go some distance, what we observe? Here plus sign. What we observe here? Plus sign. And when we go same distance but in opposite direction, and if we observe same sign, then it is C2 symmetry, but here in this case we observe minus sign, that's why this is having C2 asymmetry. So C2 asymmetry here, C2 asymmetry. Go for second one, second orbital. Now pass the plane. If we pass the plane, what is plane? When we pass the plane, then fold the orbitals. Then what happens? This plus coincide on this minus, and this plus coincide on this minus, means opposite sign overlap. That means M asymmetric. M asymmetric. Okay. And what about C2 symmetry? Consider the central point, go some distance. We observe negative sign and go same distance but in opposite direction. We also observe negative sign. Okay. So see here, we change the orbital here. Now the central point, we go some distance. We observe its negative sign and go same distance but in opposite direction. Then we observe negative sign. That means after going to opposite direction with same distance, if we observe same signs, there is a C2 symmetry. So this is C2 symmetric here. C2 symmetric here. Now look at the next one. When we pass plane, then and fold the molecule, fold the orbitals. If we fold the orbital, then negative sign overlap with this negative, positive overlap with this positive. That means M symmetric and C2 asymmetric. See here, from central point, if we go here, negative sign, same distance goes here, but in opposite direction, plus sign. That means opposite signs are there. That's why the C2 asymmetric. What about this one? See here, when you pass plane and fold the molecule, then what happens? Negative sign coincide on this positive, positive coincide on negative. That means M asymmetric. M asymmetric. And what about C2? C2 symmetric here. Automatically, so see here plus sign, opposite direction plus sign. Here we go negative sign and same distance but in opposite direction we get negative sign. That means it is a C2 symmetric. This orbital is C2 symmetric. This M symmetric. This C2 symmetric. This M symmetric. Okay. So alternatively they are M symmetric and C2 symmetric alternatively. So that's why this is about the reactant orbital. We draw here reactant orbital. Okay. Now we have to draw the product orbitals one by one, and then we have to draw the symmetries for product orbital also and correlate them to identify whether this non-rotatory motion is allowed thermally or photochemically. So we have to see that. But first we have to draw the orbitals. So sigma having lowest energy. We know that result for lowest energy is that there is a bonding, more bonding orbitals are there. That's why it becomes it present at bottom, lowest energy, sigma. Then second one is pi, third is pi star, and sigma star. So energy ranking in this way: sigma having lowest energy, pi, then pi star, and then sigma star. Now, how sigma orbital can be drawn? This is sigma orbital. This is sigma orbitals, sigma overlap. So that overlap is shown in this manner. This sigma orbital. This is sigma orbital drawn. Here another sigma star. It can be sigma orbital shown in the same way. Sigma orbital shown. How many pi? 2 pi electrons. So pi electron or pi orbitals are shown in this way. 1 pi and another pi star. You can show in this manner, or you can also show the product structure like this. In this manner you can show, or simply show 2 orbitals. Okay. So these are 4 So how signs of these orbitals? Signs of these orbitals. See here, bonding orbital, sigma bonding. Bonding shown in this way, plus plus overlap, it becomes bonding. How antibonding? Plus minus. So it is antibonding. Plus minus overlap, it is antibonding. Here plus plus bonding. What about these? These are pi orbitals, and pi orbitals always referred by nodes. So first orbital is there, that's why it is 0 node. Here 1 node. Okay. In pi orbitals we have to draw the nodes to see the orbital symmetry. Now 0 nodes, that means plus sign and again plus sign, because there is no node in that. Plus plus, and here in this case plus sign is there, but one node is there, so we have to put this node symmetrically. So plus and here minus. Now in this case minus and it becomes plus. Okay. So symmetry we have shown in this way. Now we have to show the M symmetry and the C2 symmetry. Okay. So observe about the M symmetry here. In this case, when we pass plane and fold the orbitals, then plus sign overlap on this plus, negative sign overlap on this negative sign. That means this orbital has M symmetry. This orbital has M symmetry. What about C2 symmetry? We have to observe both symmetries here. Both symmetries. Consider the central point. And we go same distance. What here? We observe that there is a plus sign. When we go same distance in opposite direction, we observe plus sign. That means it also has C2 symmetry. Also, we can check it by taking different sign. Here central point is there. We go here some distance, we observe negative sign, and go same distance but in opposite direction, we observe negative sign here. So this sigma orbital has both type of symmetries, M symmetry as well as C2 symmetry. And in these pi orbitals, alternative symmetries are present, but here in this case sigma orbital, both these symmetries are present. M symmetry as well as C2 symmetry. Both symmetries are present here. Now, when both symmetries are present, now look at the next one. When we pass plane, fold the molecule, fold the orbital, plus sign overlap plus, minus sign overlap minus. That means M symmetry. What about C2 symmetry? Consider the central point, we go some distance plus, but here same distance but negative sign. That's why C2 asymmetry. Okay. What about M symmetry? Here we pass plane and fold the orbitals. Fold the orbital. Then what about plus overlap on minus? Minus overlap on plus. That means M asymmetry. And what about C2 symmetry? C2 symmetry central point. We go some distance, negative sign, same distance but in opposite direction, negative sign. That means C2 symmetric here. Here C2 symmetric, M asymmetric. What about the when we pass plane and fold the orbital? That plus overlap on minus, this negative overlap on plus. So due to this M asymmetric. What about C2? We consider central point. We go some distance. We found that negative sign, and when we go same distance but in opposite direction, we found opposite sign, plus minus. Here we check it by taking different sign. We go some distance. We observe that it is a plus sign, and same distance but in opposite direction, we observe it is a negative sign. That means no C2 symmetry is present here. So C2 also asymmetric here. So in sigma antibonding orbital, both symmetries are absent, and in sigma bonding orbital, both symmetries are present, and here alternative symmetries are present. Okay, so this is symmetry representation for reactant orbital and product orbital. Okay, reactant orbital and product orbital. For reverse reaction, you can use the same trick. Okay. Now, in last lecture, we showed that the cone rotatory motion is always associated with symmetry. It's always associated with C2 symmetry, and this rotatory motion is always associated with M symmetry. M symmetry. Okay, and if you are asked to answer the cone rotatory motion, then you have to consider only C2 symmetries. By cone rotatory motion, you have to see only C2 symmetries. And when asked for this rotatory motion, then you have to consider M symmetry, because this rotatory motion is always associated with M symmetry and con-rotatory motion is always associated with C2 symmetry. Okay. Now we have to correlate reactant and product orbital. So for con-rotatory motion, first con-rotatory motion. Now we are considering here for con-rotatory motion. For con-rotatory motion, draw the orbitals again: psi1, psi2, psi3 star, psi4 star. We have to consider for con-rotatory motion only C2 symmetry. So see here, C2 symmetry for reactant orbital, C2 asymmetry. So C2 asymmetry. Here C2 symmetry. Here C2 asymmetry. C2 symmetry. C2 symmetry for reactant orbital. These are reactant orbitals. Then we have to draw the product orbital. Which are they? The product orbitals are sigma, pi, pi star, and sigma star. These are 4 product orbitals. And again we have to consider only the C2 symmetries here. So C2 symmetry here, see here C2 symmetry. Again for this one C2 asymmetry. Here C2 symmetry and here C2 asymmetry. Okay, so draw the C2 symmetries for product also here. Now we have to correlate. Before correlating, there are 2 types of orbitals: are ground state orbital and excited state orbital. How can we define ground state and excited state? By drawing the line between the bonding and anti-bonding. These are bonding orbitals. These we call ground state orbitals. Here excited state orbitals. Okay, so these are ground state orbital. These are excited state orbitals. Now we have to start correlation of same symmetries. Okay, so here C2 asymmetry. So asymmetry should be correlated with asymmetry. See here, asymmetry should be correlated with asymmetry. Okay. Now second one, symmetric should be correlated with symmetry. So we have correlated symmetric with symmetric. Here again asymmetric third orbital, asymmetric correlated with asymmetric, and here symmetric correlated with symmetric. Symmetric correlated with symmetric. So asymmetric correlated with asymmetric and symmetric orbitals correlated with symmetric orbitals product. Symmetric orbital of product. So what is our observation here? Our observation says that see here, these are ground state orbital, these are excited state orbital. These are excited state of orbital of product. These are ground state orbital of product. Now what is our observation? Ground state orbital of reactant correlates with only ground state orbital of product. And here ground state orbital of reactant correlates excited state orbital of reactant correlates with the excited state orbital of product. That means there is a correlation between ground state orbital to ground state orbital and excited state to excited state. No correlation of ground state orbital to excited state. And if there is a correlation only between ground states, between ground state and excited state, then such reaction is thermally allowed reaction. Such reaction is thermally allowed reaction. So what can we say that? If ground state orbital correlates with ground state orbital, such condition occur, then reaction is thermal allowed reaction. Reaction is thermal allowed reaction. Okay. When ground state orbital correlates with the ground state orbital of reactant correlates with ground state orbital of product, then such reaction is thermally allowed. Hence, this reaction by con-rotatory motion is allowed by thermal mode of activation. So our answer is that thermal mode of activation. Thermal mode of activation is there.